Okay, here we go. What is up, everybody? VanzAir of VanzAir, hailing to you from the VanzAir hangar, where I realized I made my first mistake. So, currently, let me back up. Currently, I'm working on the practice kit, getting all my practicing and getting all the mistakes out the way, and kind of did a mistake already from here. Oh, well, okay. Mistake already on this little piece, but before I do have to apologize. I have been swamped lately, so I have not been posting any updates because I have not had the chance to get to the build directly. And I'm gonna explain kind of what snag I had. And then there was a lot of things going on at work. I had some events planning on with there, and I was kind of really putting my attention into that and the amazing things I've been able to be and the amazing things I was able to do in the air show circuit. I was able to post a little bit of videos on that, the things at the Houston Air Show. That was amazing, a blessed opportunity to be a part of. Well, at the time of recording this, if you search air shows at this time, you will come across an unfortunate event with a B-17. I'm not going to go deep into that. Actually, I'm not going to go into that at all. There's a lot of information already out with that, and I did a post on Instagram kind of sharing tribute for that, and I'll be praying and continue praying for everybody that's involved in that. But let's get to this process here. So in this kit build, let me bring you over here right now. These are the plans, okay? When it's the plans, when you hear plans when it comes to this is basically instructions. So I have plans, I have the instructions, and then I have kind of the drawings to help you with it as per here, kind of help you where everything goes. A little bit, I hope it's a little bit better than IKEA does, per se. So this particular practice kit that I have is a practice control surface. It's going to be something similar to this. Now, this is a control surface that I built maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So this was in a class I did with Aerostar and AAR, a class that they had at Olive Harvey College, where you learned how to it was a 10-week course where you learned how to bend and form and rivet sheet metal, right? At the time, I didn't know what God had planned for me. I didn't know what was en route for me. At this point, there was an opportunity given to me to be able to take the class, to be able to build this and learn sheet metal, learn 2024 T3 and all of these little nuances in a 10-week course. But at the time, I said, I'm a pilot. I want to fly the planes. Yes, I like building. Yes, I like doing things with my hands. But I want to focus on flying the plane, not building the plane. But God told me, focus on this. This is the opportunity I gave to you. I said, okay, I'll go ahead and take the class. I don't know why. I don't know what the leading cause. I don't know what's going to happen with it. But I did it. And I believe it was 2019, the summer of 2019 when I did this. So this was the control surface I built. And little did I know at that time that my future was going to lead to the RV-8 build with VanzAir. Because I took that 10-week class, because I learned kind of the nuances and how to rivet and why you can't have dissimilar metals to each other and corrosion and all of those different things that go along with building metal aircrafts. I didn't know what, number one, thank you. I'm glad I took that class. I didn't know it was going to lead me to this. Now, This practice kit has us build something similar to this. Okay, not this exact one. Again, this one I built several years ago and I've had in the trunk. If you kind of see it, it's got, you know, trunk dings up and everything. But hey, I built it. So this plan is the instructions on the practice kit. Number one, the first step was these stiffeners here, right? They came pretty much similar to this piece here. There's one big kind of rectangle straight up cut, and what you're supposed to do is cut all the shaded area off. So I had to kind of form this. Now you had to cut this, and one of the things I did talk with a Tuskegee Airman, James Harvey, in that comment, and I'm gonna do that video correctly. It was kind of impromptu. We were at dinner at the Houston Air Show, and I kind of just whipped the camera out. I'll admit I was a little nervous, so I was kind of stumbling over the questions. So I did want to have a voiceover and working out editing that video. One of the things that came out of that conversation was being specific, all the attention to detail. And building this airplane is very attention to detail. So if you look here, you see that you have to shave off the shaded area. So let me see if I have a kind of a pointer. I'll use this for now because that's what I have on here. So if you look here, let me turn this light on to kind of see it a little bit better. Okay. All right, sorry about that part. All right, so we have this shaded area here. But if you pay attention, if my camera will focus on it, and I have it laminated, you see how many, you see the hole here, it kind of goes out diagonally, then curves up. It's not just a straight cut over. And it was about the third hole from here. You had to kind of start the diagonal line down to this hole. That hole was pre-punched in it. And where in the hole it actually connects to, if you look here, which if the camera's not exactly focused, let's see if I can see it on this one. Because I have it in the laminated, I have it kind of in a sleeve here. And I just had a better focus. Okay. Well, if you look here, there's like little notch. There's a little notch like right here. If I can zoom in on it and focus. Come on, focus with me. Okay, well, camera isn't doing it justice, but there's little notches in here. Pay attention to those little details. So I had to use that notch to say from this hole, it was 1, 2, 3. 3 holes on this side up to that notch. On the other side, you look, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 holes over from the notch. So I knew which side to kind of cut and bend from. That led me to this over here. Now I'll get to the point, it is riveted to this, and we're gonna get to what happened here. But if you look, so these pieces already here, I had to cut here and cut there and deburr it and make this all smooth. These are the stiffeners. This was a new process a little bit because the stiffeners that I'm building here are not in this piece. This does not have stiffeners in it. It is hollow on the inside. I have 2 pieces here on the end, but I do not have stiffeners. Oh my God, VanzAir, what is stiffeners? Great, glad you asked. So in here, I have 2 pieces, right? This is the 2 skins of the control surface. They kind of go together like this, right? The stiffeners creates kind of a stronger structure in the middle. If we was to come and peel back, we see how they kind of connect right here, and they make a they kind of make a solid, rib here. It helps stiffen it. Now, with that, this will be on the end here. Not this particular one, but just to help you guys get the idea of where I'm at. Boom. It's gonna build it up like that. And then this curves down here, and let's see. Now, so as far as this practice kit, that's where I am now. I'll get to that in a second. So, after I deburred this and made it all smooth and nice, you take the holes. These holes on this kit were, I didn't change these holes. These holes were already pre-punched in here to match up. So what you had to do, you had to use a drill bit for the proper size hole to drill it and make it bigger and match it with the other side, right? So match drilling. You're drilling one side and using the holes that's lined up on one side to match the other holes on the other piece, whatever you're match drilling it to. Now, and this is a video, so feel free, if I'm going too fast, and feel free to pause it, rewind it, play it, and while you're pausing and rewind it, you can subscribe, like, comment, and share. These are countersunk rivets, meaning these are flush and flat to the surface, right? The idea is to have one smooth surface. As different to these rivets, where these do not have a smooth surface, they actually protrude out. So these are bumps here compared to this one, which is matched and level with the rest of the skin. In order to do that, for this particular skin, I had to dimple it. So that's where you come to this one. I have a C-frame. And if you see these little dies in here, you kind of smash together and they make a dimple. I don't have any other ones made here, but so you get the idea, I would come here, put the hole. There's other videos of these. That's one where you put it through there, and then you would whack it with a hammer style. 1, 2. I was doing it 2. This is for a particular ring. Cleveland Aircraft Tool has a video on this, which I did use, and this one is Cleveland Aircraft Tools. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just heard a lot of great things about their product, so I bought their kit and using their tools. Now, down to where the problem that I made is, they don't tell you directly what size hole this should be, right? Within here, if you're looking at it, they tell you what type of rivet goes in a particular hole. So like this one is a, let's see if I can do it. Come on, focus for me. Focus. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. If I turn what's going on, turn you down a little bit. Let's turn you up. Okay, let's continue on. They tell you what rivet goes in this particular hole. All this mumbo jumbo here, AN426AD 3-4. This is telling you information about what particular rivet, right? So if I look here, if you look here within my inventory, as I did an inventory video, and within that, when I was doing inventory of these particular pieces, I actually wrote it on the bag, so I can have the bags. I can just look at the bags and grab whichever one I need. I will have little bins, but right now I'm just dealing with the kit, where I don't have a lot of rivets at this moment for these small practice kits. All the other stuff is over there on the shelf. That's the other plan. Okay, focus. So within all these numbers, it's telling us stuff about this. It tells us kind of the sizing, what is it made of, what kind of, is it a countersunk, is it countersink flat like this one, or is it a bubbled up like one like this one in here, or a pull rivet. The key thing is to finding out the number, the hole size. If you look at the last, yeah, there's this one. The last of it, you have 470AD4-4. So this is telling us the diameter and then the length of it. So this is a 3-3.5 diameter and the length of it. These, so if you look here, actually back on this part where I'm supposed to be here. These are 3-3s, right? Come on, focus with me. If you look here, we have a 3-3, right? That is the ending here. What I did was I was looking at the number and I saw the 4. Some of you might understand the problem with that. Some of you may not. Let me explain that. This 3 corresponds to a particular size drill bit. This 4 is a bigger size. Well, no. Go back to this part. So if you look here, the 3 is a different size than this 4. That's a different diameter. This would tell me the size drill bit I should use. What I did, I was looking in here and saw, oh, there's a 4. So I looked at this and said, oh, AN4. That 426. So 4 must be my size. I didn't know it said 3. So what happened was, what had happened was, I drilled these too big. So the actual rivets that's gonna go in them were actually a little bit smaller. I realized that after I drilled it and dimpled it. So, my little cheat sheet, if I reveal here, boom. I have sizes here. If it's a 3, it takes, I don't have any over here because I was using 4s. So for example, if it's 4, it takes a copper Cleco, right? It's a 4/32, which is also 1/8. It takes a number 30 drill bit. If it's a 3/32, number 40 drill bit. And it's a silver Cleco, which I don't have. Oh, there we go. Silver Cleco. Clecos, the color matters. So, that was my issue. Now, this is practice kit. I am supposed to make mistakes, get my mistakes out of the way on this piece, on these pieces, so I don't have to worry about, so I can worry least about messing up on those pieces. I forgot where I saw it, it must have been a forum, a video or something, where somebody said when you're building it, if you're going to build a plane, if you're going to build one of the RV line of planes or a metal airplane, they said to get the practice piece, buy 2 of them. You build it all up, so it looks like this or similar. You build it up, you drill out all the rivets, and then you rebuild it, and then you put that to the side, and then you build the new one, the new one. So this one I have, this is my first one. I'm gonna build this up, I'm gonna drill it out anyway. So I did this, bigger size for these, and I didn't realize until I did all of them on both of these skins. So I drilled and dimpled both of these. It's like almost the step like 2 in here. So I just went ahead and went with one of my other rivets with the same diameter and just drilled that in, or back riveted this in, just for my own practice, because I'm gonna drill it out anyway. Okay, I already had the bigger holes, they're already there, so that's what I'm gonna do. I was also testing and practicing and seeing how I would like to have the blue on here. If you see the blue, this is just like a protective film that's on these pieces. Boom, boom. So I kind of just, there's 2 different schools of thoughts on where if you want to do this or not. Some of them saying, okay, if you plan to paint your plane, why spend the time, you know, doing all this extra to protect it and so on and so forth. Also, if you look at some other videos, they actually have crisper lines. I just did this with scissors. I did not, one of the things the way that I've seen it done is people would have a hot iron or a soldering iron, and they'll go through and they'll melt a straight line in the film, and they kind of just peel it off with the straight lines. Personally, I did not like that idea because I was concerned about scarring or making a line down the actual aluminum, right? Okay, back to this part. So I used the scissors. I kind of peeled up from the ends, and I used scissors to kind of cut away from the metal, and just, this is what I ended up with. So I did not make a scarring line across that. Thankfully, life has allowed me to come back to the hangar, allowed me to get back here working on this, and I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely with this video, you can learn from my mistakes. Mistakes is something that's going to happen, but I mean, I did it on a practice piece, and it's not going to cost me money. So I would definitely suggest anybody do that, to buy practice pieces. This was like, I won't say the price because it might be dated, but this wasn't that expensive as compared to me having to replace something I messed up over there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Help me help you find the next best aviator in you. And remember, evolve the life you're in. You can be happy where you are and evolve it into something better. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.